Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Radyns for those of you who don't already know. And for today's video, I'm going to be doing this eyeshadow look with the Milf Lash from Rudified Lashes. So if you want to see how I created this look, then go ahead and keep on watching. Hey everybody!
Welcome back to my mom's video. To provide start. I'm reading this my mommy. This for Rocky. Cheese. I love my mommy.
No, Rocky.
Okay, bye.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching.
See you next time.
See you next time.
You did a good job.
Video crash.
Well, if you hear any noises in the background, that's just what happens when you have 3 kids. No quietness, no silent place. This is the real life of Rudy. Don't touch. For today's video, I'm going to be doing an eyeshadow tutorial and using the Milf Lash from Rudified Lashes, which are all currently sold out right now, but we'll be restocking in a couple of weeks. So make sure you keep a lookout. But if you hear any noise in the background, that would be Radyn, Rocky, and Renzo and Rico. They're having a little party out there. And yeah, so basically you cannot ever get silence in this house, and that's just how it's gonna be for every video, so just always expect that. And yeah, so let's jump into the video. Okay, so for today's eyeshadow look, I'm going to be using the James Charles / Morphe palette. And for those of you that don't know what it looks like, here it is. Lots of beautiful colors. And so yeah, let's just jump right into this tutorial. All right, so first, I guess I'll start with this like peachy color right here. It's for a good base, and I'm just picking that up on a Kylie number 15 brush, and I'm going to apply that to pretty much my whole lid. And for today's eyeshadow look, I'm going to be using blue colors. And the reason why I'm putting down this color first is because you don't just want to go straight in with a very strong color. You want to have some transition shades so everything can blend together instead of just looking messy. Okay, now that I'm done with that, I'm going to go in with this shade here, which I'm kind of scared. I feel like this brush might be too big. So I'm going to go in with this Morphe Y19 brush into that same color. I'm nervous. I don't know if I've ever done blue eyeshadow. Okay, and I'm just going to place that in the crease of my lid, doing back and forth motions. So I feel like I should tell you guys a little bit about myself, because I don't know if a lot of people really know stuff about me, for whoever's watching. But obviously my name is Radyns Terrell. I got married to Rico when I was 18 years old, and he proposed in Florida at Cane Island. Not Cane Island, that's in Katy. Crab Island, and it's like a place where it's like in the middle of the beach, but it's shallow, so you can like play games and stuff, and they have like slides and all kinds of things like that. Just a lot of fun activities for you to do. And I'm still going in with that same color. I'm just building it up, building the color up, and I'm just blending back and forth in the same motion. But we were in Cane Island, and why do I keep saying Cane Island? We were in Crab Island, and Crab Island? Yeah, I think that's what it is. We were there, and we had rented a boat for the day, and we were with all my family. And I don't really like getting into like the beach water because I'm just scared. And they forced me into the water, like it was so forced. And I was just like standing there, like scared, freaking out. And all of a sudden, like this little bottle comes floating. And I'm like, what is that? They're like, oh my gosh, there's a bottle with a message. And I'm like, they're like, Rudy, open it. And I'm like, okay, why is everyone pressuring me to open this bottle? I literally had no clue. So I open up the bottle, and there's like this cute little message in there, and I still have it. And it said something like, even though it's only been a couple of months, are you willing to turn those months into years and years into eternity with me? And I was like, so cute. And that was like the message inside of the bottle. And then it had like the ring at the top, which I didn't know, so I almost dropped into the ocean. No big deal. And like, obviously I said yes. And everybody like on the island was like cheering and, you know, doing that thing, that excited thing when someone proposes. And yeah, it was really cute. And I was actually pregnant with Radyn when he proposed, and we got married a month later after he proposed. My mom planned everything, and she did an amazing, beautiful job. It was like perfect. It was perfect. And it was in August, and it was outside, and it was really hot, and I was like almost 20 weeks pregnant at my wedding, but you couldn't really tell because I didn't really look pregnant. While I was pregnant with Radyn, I lost 12 pounds because I was sick the whole time. Like, literally everything that I ate would just be thrown up. I know that's kind of gross, but that's just what happened. And so even people thought that I was faking that I was pregnant because I didn't look pregnant. But I was pregnant. I was really, really pregnant. And then what else? So yeah, we got married in August 8th, 2015. And Radyn was supposed to be born February 4th, but he is an early baby, so he came December 23rd. And that was like a whole other crazy story. I was, okay, first, before I start another story, I'm going to take like this little pointer brush and go in with this, a little bit of both of these colors here. Ooh, and just do like a little bit of each to really darken up these corners. Okay, so anyways, it was Christmas time. December 23rd is when I had Radyn. So we were doing like so much shopping, me and my sister and Steph. And we were walking the malls literally for hours upon hours. And like the 2 days before that, I kept telling like Taylor and Steph that my back was hurting. And they're like, come on, like you're fine, like just keep going. So, you know me, I just kept going. And then I like was laying in bed on the 23rd, and I kept getting like these sharp pains in my back. And oh my gosh, they hurt so bad. Every time I would get one, I would go like, oh, like it was hurting me. And it was like, it started at like 12, and it wasn't really bad then, but like towards like 5 a.m. Well, at like 2 a.m. I texted in our family group, and I was like, is anybody up? And my grandma was up, and she was like, what's wrong? And I was like, I'm having pains like every 15 minutes. And she's like, oh, it's probably just Braxton Hicks. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Like, it's way too early to be even having a child right now. So I was like, wow, Braxton Hicks hurt to like, what is real labor gonna feel like? So that was at like 2. At like 4:30 or 5, they were starting to be every like 6 to 7 minutes. And oh my gosh, they were hurting so bad. I was like, every like 7 minutes, I was like, oh my gosh, like in pain. And Rico had to go to work the next day, and he was like, Rudy, like you're being too loud. Can you like be quiet? Like you're fine. And I was just like, it hurts, oh my gosh. And I was like, okay, I'm sorry. He's like, go walk the stairs or something. Maybe you just need to stretch your back out. So I was like, okay. So I listened to him. Biggest mistake. And I was walking up and down the stairs like for I don't know how long. And I was gonna tell my mom that like I was hurting, but I didn't want to wake her up, and I had a doctor's appointment that morning. So I was like, oh, I'll just wait and like tell my doctor that I'm having pain. So I got in the tub, and I stayed in there for like 45 minutes. Like I was like hurting so bad. I was like, oh my gosh, like I don't know if I'm ready to have like real labor pains, because this is so painful. And so it came to the morning, and my mom came to wake me up because I had finally got into like a comfortable position to like not sleep, but like just be comfy. And she came in and she's like, are you okay? And I'm like, I just started crying. I'm like, it hurts so bad. And she's like, come on, we're going right now. So we went to my doctor's appointment, and I couldn't, like, in the car ride, I couldn't even function. Like, I was crying, and like it was really hurting me at that point. And so she walked into the doctor and like told him that I was crying and having pains and stuff. So they took me straight to the back, and he was like, there's no way you're in labor, like it's so early, but I'm just gonna check you to make sure, because like you look like you're in pain. So he checked me, and he was like, oh my gosh. He's like telling his assistant, come check after me, I can't be right. And she checked, and she was like, yep, you're 8 centimeters fully dilated. And I was like, I just started like crying so hard. And he like measured, and he's like, okay, you need to drive straight to the hospital. This baby's coming right now. He's about 4 pounds, and he's gonna probably need to be in the NICU. And I just started crying so much, and I'm like, I thought I had a longer time to prepare for this moment. And he was like, don't cry, you're gonna put stress on the baby, like everything's gonna be fine. So I'm like freaking out. And so we drive to the hospital. I have nothing, like no clothes. I literally went in like some raggedy like jeans and a sweater. And I get checked in and everything's moving so fast. And I tried to deliver Radyn naturally, like with no medicine. And they didn't want me to do that, just in case there was like complications and I needed to do like emergency C-section or anything like that, since he was really premature. And so they basically forced me to get the epidural, which, I mean, I'm not complaining about that now because that medicine is straight from Jesus. And anyways, okay, so yeah, like 3 hours later, I had Radyn, and he was 4 pounds, 8 ounces, and he was so tiny, but he was so cute. And it was like kind of a hard thing to go through because I couldn't hold him after I had him because they had to put him straight on the machines and all that. And then they had to take him straight to the NICU, so I couldn't even go and see him until the next day, which was Christmas Eve. And yeah, he spent 2 weeks in there, which felt like 19 months, because it's like people are constantly telling you what you have to do with your child, and they're like, go home, you need rest, blah blah blah. And I'm like, I'm not gonna leave my son here like unattended. Like, I know you guys are watching him, but I'm his mom. Like, and they're like, oh, you can't do this, like, oh, you can't hold him for that long and all this stuff. And I'm like, really, girl? This is my child. I can hold him for as long as I want to. Like, he's doing just fine. So yeah, that was the annoying part, but I mean, we got through it. So okay, so now I'm going to grab this little pointer brush here and the Tarte Shape Tape, and this is the color Fair Beige. And I'm just gonna cut a little bit of the crease since this, oh, my foot fell asleep. Oh my goodness. Ow. Okay. Chill. I'm just gonna cut the crease a little bit since this blue is super dark. And this is just the white from the James Charles palette. And I'm just packing that on top of the concealer. Just like that. And I feel like that looks pretty cute. Now I'm just going to blend those colors. And everyone always asks, like, how it was having like Radyn so young, because I was going into my senior year whenever I had figured out I was pregnant, and I just didn't want to be like in school while pregnant. You know, people just don't understand like your situation all the time, and I didn't want to have like everyone like trying to be in my business or staring at me or like, you know, just like those kinds of things. So I went to this one school where you can graduate faster, but I was like so sick with Radyn that I started to miss like so much school. Like, I was staying home maybe like 3 times out of the week because I really, like, honestly couldn't get up. Like, it hurt to even like get my day going. So I just decided that like it would just be better if I just homeschooled and finished at my own pace. So I found a homeschool, and the teachers, like, I guess they didn't think I was gonna really follow through with it, but they really didn't want me to do that. But it's just hard, like, when you're pregnant, like, staying in school and waking up at a certain time when you're having, like, morning sickness, and being at school and having to throw up all the time. Like, that was not fun at all. So I finished school on this online home school course thing, which was really easy, and I finished really fast, which was really nice. Now I'm going to take a mixture of these colors, starting with the lightest in the corner right here. And you can definitely tell I have a lazy eye when I do a lot of shadow like this. I finished school, and I feel like everyone's different. You just have to find like what works best for you. It's possible, but it is a little bit harder. But you want to do it to be a good example for your kids and show them, like, just because like I did end up getting pregnant young doesn't mean that like you have to totally quit, you know? You got to keep pushing. Right after I finished school, I started working, and now I am a office manager at my job. On the next one, I'll have to talk about Rocky and then Renzo. Okay, I'm going to put the color Cookie on. And then over top of that, the color Commando, duh. Okay, for today's lash, I'm going to be using the MILF lash. That's what everyone wanted to see. So I'm going to go put those on, and I'll be right back. All right, you guys, this is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial slash talk. And yeah, I can't wait till the next one to tell you the next birth story on Rocky. And so yeah, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you know when the next video is here. Thank you guys. Bye.